The Friends You Make at the Age of 13 Will Destroy You. 13, directed by Catherine Hardwicke, released in 2003, is a unique coming-of-age drama. The film stars Evan Rachel Wood as Tracy. Tracy is our young protagonist turned bad girl after she starts hanging out with Evie after school. The story is written by Nikki Reed and Catherine Hardwicke and is based off of Nikki Reed's experience of being an actual 13-year-old girl. I think this is one of the strengths of the film. It feels so realistic of how young girls get influenced by other young girls and the constant vicious cycle of what it's like to be a young girl. Mean Girls are not Regina Georges. They're Evie Zamora's. Evie is cool and subtly manipulative. Even when I, someone a decade older than Evie, first saw her on screen, I completely understood why every girl at school was so enchanted by her. She's confident, bubbly, but sharp. She's not super talkative, and she's very sure of herself. She's a bit mysterious. These are all very unusual traits for 13-year-old girls. I like how Evie is filmed. With all the close-ups of her outfits, it feels like we are Tracy trying to observe Evie and soak in every detail of her coolness and trying to figure out how we can be as cool as her one day. The movie shines in its aesthetic. If you like watching pretty movies, this is the one. The film is blue tone and starts off pretty bright, but as the movie progresses, just like the famous Twilight blue filter, it starts to shadow the movie, showing the state of Tracy's mind as she transforms into one of the popular girls. The fashion is different from other Y2K fashion movies. Tracy in the beginning looks like a limited 2 catalog. She starts her transition into the more popular girl aesthetics and fashion. At first, she's wearing zip-up jackets, pigtails, Converse. She's very age-appropriate, and the popular girls like Evie are dressed in not low-rise floral skirts and pink halter tops, like in movies like 10 Things I Hate About You and The Devil Wears Prada. Black ripped tees, belly button rings, very tight bootcut jeans. There's little to no sparkle. Where there should be sparkles, there's studs. There's studs on bracelets, there's studs on belts, on tops, there's belly button piercings. It's pure Hot Topics and Spencer's. Since I was just a baby in 2003, I wasn't around to see the fashion, but I'm sure the aesthetic was considered pretty alternative. Yet, at the same time, it's pretty mainstream for what real 13-year-old girls were actually wearing at the time. Now, the fashion. I think this is a mix of Y2K, grunge, and emo. It's not a very mainstream aesthetic in the current 2020s rehashings of Y2K, like Juicy Couture, Brat, Baby Fat. When we think of modern reinterpretations of this grunge Hot Topic Spencer's era, my mind went to one show and one brand only, which is Diesel. I feel like they're the only brand that's trying to emulate this more niche side of the 2000s. I think it really is the Diesel Fall 2022 fashion collection. The one we all know, the one with the big Diesel up belt, the metallic jackets, the itty-bitty mini skirts. It's so grunge, just like Tracy's transformation. I think Julia Fox's Diesel era is what Tracy would be wearing in more of the avant-garde sense. What is it about being 13? It seems like being cool is the most important thing in the world. Probably because you're so awkward in your changing body. When you see girls like Evie skip the awkward stage, you're left envious and in awe. I mean, it just looks like magic. And then maybe by copying or being near Evie or seeing the things she does, maybe you too can beat that awkward era and finally feel like you belong in your own body in the world. When I watch the movie now, I love the relationship between Tracy and her mom, who has a lot of also cute like Y2K fashion moments. You start to learn that Evie has a complicated home life in the movie, and that at the end of the day, a lot of her brave attitude comes on from her just putting a face. After all, she is only 13, and if you want to take anything away from this, it's that, based on my own childhood, and I'm sure everyone else's, at the end of the day, the friends you make at 13 will destroy you.